If a woman tells you these 7 things, leave her. Not tomorrow, not after one last talk. Right there, right then. Because when a woman speaks these words, she's not communicating, she's confessing. And what she's confessing is that she no longer respects you. And when respect dies, love soon follows. Let's talk about the 7 things a woman says when her heart has already left, even if her body hasn't. 1, you're too sensitive. It usually starts small. You open up about something that bothered you. Maybe she said something harsh in front of her friends or dismissed your opinion mid-conversation. You tell her how that made you feel and she laughs, rolls her eyes and says, "You're too sensitive." That's when the shift happens, because now your emotions are not emotions anymore, they're problems. See, when a woman truly respects a man, she may not always agree with what he feels, but she listens. She wants to understand where it's coming from. But when she throws out that line, "You're too sensitive," she's not listening anymore. She's judging. It's not that you're weak, it's that she's too disconnected to handle depth. Men are taught to hide their pain, swallow their truth, and pretend to be made of steel. So when a man dares to speak honestly and the woman beside him mocks that, that's not just disrespect. That's a slow emotional injury. She's basically saying, "Your feelings make me uncomfortable, so I'll make you the problem." The longer you stay in that pattern, the more numb you become. You stop talking, you stop sharing, you stop being yourself, because every time you try, you get called too emotional. Let me tell you, this being sensitive doesn't make you weak. It means you feel, you care, you notice. That's emotional intelligence. But if a woman sees your heart as a flaw instead of a gift, you're not in love, you're in survival mode. A woman who respects, she will never shame you for feeling deeply. She'll hold space for it. She'll listen without making you question your masculinity. So when she calls you too sensitive, she's really saying, "I don't value your inner world." And that's your cue to walk away quietly, not out of pride, but out of peace. Because a love that mocks your emotions will never nourish your soul. 2, you deserve better. This one sounds sweet, doesn't it? She looks at you with that guilty smile and says, "You deserve better." You might even believe she's being kind, but she's not. That line isn't love, it's exit strategy. When a woman truly loves you, she tries to be better for you. She doesn't hand you off to an imaginary woman who could treat you right. But when she says that, what she's really saying is, "I can't or I won't love you the way you love me, but I still want to look like the good one." It's emotional camouflage. She's already disconnected, but she doesn't want to face the guilt of breaking your heart directly. So she'll act noble while leaving you confused. And you, being the empathetic man you are, will probably try to comfort her. You'll say, "No, don't say that," or "I want you, not better." But in doing that, you miss the message that she's already halfway gone. When love is still alive, nobody says, "You deserve better." They say, "I want to be better for you." The wording tells you everything. That phrase is usually the polite version of, "I'm done, but I don't want to be the villain." She's saving her image, not your heart. So the next time you hear those words, don't beg, don't argue, don't promise to change. Just smile and say, "You're right." Because what she really means is, "I'm not emotionally available anymore." And when someone admits they can't meet you emotionally, believe them. Walk away with dignity, because the love that truly belongs to you will never push you towards someone better. 3, I need space. This line hurts in a quiet way, not because of what it says, but what it means. When a woman says, "I need space," it's usually not about needing air or peace. It's about testing life without you, without calling it a breakup. You'll notice it starts after small changes. Texts become shorter, calls feel dry. She's suddenly busy all the time, but you can't point to anything specific. Then one night she says it softly, "I just need some space right now." But here's the truth. Space isn't always healing. Sometimes it's preparation for goodbye. If she loved you but needed emotional clarity, she'd still communicate. She'd say, "I love you, but I need time to think." That's honesty. But when it's said vaguely with no time limit, no reassurance, she's already detaching. She wants to see how much you'll chase. And every text you send, every call you make, every paragraph you type just pushes her further away. The more you chase, the more she runs, because her ego is being fed by your confusion. So what do? You stop chasing completely. Let her have the space. Let her feel what silence actually feels like. Because when she said, "I need space," she expected your panic. But when you don't give her that, when you calmly step back, that's when reality hits her. A woman who truly loves you will never use distance to punish you, but a woman who's lost interest will. And you can't fix that by holding on tighter. So breathe, let go. If she returns, you'll know it's real. If she doesn't, she just proved why she had to go. 4. You've changed. She says it like an accusation, not a compliment. You've changed, and maybe you have, but not in the way she means. When you stop overgiving, when you start saying no, when you finally prioritize your peace, that's when this line comes out. She'll act confused, even hurt. But the truth is, she's not upset because you've changed. She's upset because she can't control you anymore. You used to bend to make her happy. Now you stand firm for yourself, and that's a problem for her. In the early days, she might have loved how gentle and giving you were, but now she uses that same kindness against you. She expects you to stay small so she can feel big. And when you finally grow, she calls it change. Here's the secret. Growth always offends the people who benefited from your weakness. If a woman truly loves you, she'll celebrate your growth. She'll be proud that you're maturing, becoming stronger, more self-assured. But if she's toxic, your growth feels like her loss because now she can't emotionally manipulate you as easily. So when she says, "You've changed," don't apologize. Smile and say, "Yes, I did." Because you were never meant to stay the same just to keep someone comfortable. Real love grows with you. Fake love only works when you shrink. So if she can't respect your growth, that's not love leaving, that's peace arriving. 5, it's just a joke. This one cuts quietly because it hides behind laughter. You know the moment. You're sitting together, maybe with her friends, maybe just the two of you. She says something that stings. A comment about your appearance, your job, your habits. You feel that tiny twist inside your chest. So you tell her softly, "That hurt." And she laughs. Relax. It's just a joke. But it's not, because a joke is supposed to make you laugh, not question yourself. This phrase, "it's just a joke," is her way of telling you that your pain is less important than her amusement. And that's dangerous because over time, that humor becomes a weapon. She'll hide insults behind sarcasm, mock you in front of people, then twist the knife deeper by making you feel guilty for reacting. It starts small, you're too serious, then grows into you can't take a joke. And before you know it, you're doubting your own sensitivity instead of her disrespect. A loving woman doesn't use humor to humiliate. She uses it to heal, to connect, to make life lighter, not heavier. So when she says hurtful things and hides behind laughter, what she's really doing is testing your boundaries. She's seeing how far she can go before you break. And if you don't speak up, she'll go further. Because people don't stop crossing lines that you keep erasing for them. A woman who truly loves you will apologize when she crosses that line. She'll see the pain in your face and soften. But a woman who says it's just a joke, when you're clearly hurt, she's not laughing with you, she's laughing at you. And here's the deeper truth. When respect leaves a relationship, it never leaves quietly. It starts as sarcasm, it grows into dismissal, and then one day you realize you're in love with someone who doesn't even like you anymore. So don't stay where your dignity has to defend itself every day. Love doesn't mock, it protects. And no real woman makes a joke out of your worth. 6, I didn't ask you to do that. You did something thoughtful. Maybe you drove an hour just to see her. Maybe you brought her something small, something meaningful. just because it reminded you of her. You expect at least a smile, a simple thank you. Instead, she says, I didn't ask you to do that. It's like a punch in the gut, right? Because love at its core is about giving freely, not to earn something, but to show care. And that sentence doesn't just dismiss your gesture, it cancels the emotion behind it. When she says that, she's not being independent, she's being indifferent. There's a big difference. Independence says, I can take care of myself, but I still appreciate what you do. Indifference says, what you do doesn't matter to me. And when that energy starts showing up consistently, something in your spirit begins to shut it down. You'll start hesitating before doing anything kind. You'll think twice before texting, calling, planning, because somewhere inside you've learned it won't be valued anyway. That's not love. That's emotional starvation. See, appreciation is oxygen in a relationship. It's what keeps it breathing. Without it, everything feels forced, heavy, raining. A woman who truly values you won't need to ask for everything. She'll notice it. She'll say thank you, even for the smallest thing, because she knows gratitude keeps connection alive. But when a woman looks at your effort and says, I didn't ask you to do that, what she's really saying is, I've stopped seeing your effort as love. I see it as obligation. That's when you step back, not to be cold, but to protect your peace. Because if someone can't appreciate what you freely give, they'll never be satisfied, even if you give them everything. And let's be real, sometimes the most painful goodbye is not from lack of love, but from lack of gratitude. So stop trying to prove your worth to someone who refuses to see it. Love doesn't have to be earned. It should be returned. 7, I don't need you. Now this one hurts on a different level because it's said not with honesty, but with pride. She looks you in the eye and says, I don't need you. And in that moment, something inside you breaks. Not because she's independent, but because she's trying to make you feel irrelevant. Understand this. There's a huge difference between a strong woman and a detached one. A strong woman says, I can stand on my own, but I want you beside me. A detached one says, I don't need you, just to prove she can survive without connection. And when she says it during an argument, what she's really saying is, I want to hurt you. I want to show you that I hold the power here. But love isn't about power, it's about partnership. If a woman starts seeing you as replaceable, she'll treat you that way. She'll stop nurturing the bond. She'll act like your presence is optional, and until one day it is. When a woman truly loves you, she'll never weaponize independence. She'll never make you feel like your love is disposable, because even if she doesn't need you, she'll still want to you. And that's what makes love sacred. But when that need to prove strength becomes more important than connection, it's no longer a relationship, it's a contest. And in contest, no one wins. Both just end up tired. So when she says, I don't need you, believe her, don't argue, don't try to convince her otherwise. Just step back with calm silence, because sometimes silence is the only way to remind someone what they've truly lost. You don't stay where you're unwanted. You don't beg to be needed. Because the truth is, love that's real doesn't come from need. It comes from mutual choice. If she can't choose you, even when she has the option to, it's time to leave. Not out of anger, but out of self-respect. Sometimes the most painful truth is also the most freeing one. When a woman tells you these things, she's already halfway out the door. Don't try to decode her words. Don't try to fix what she's already broken. Just walk, because staying won't save her, it'll destroy you.